everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cho Thoughts Podcast. I, of course, am the Big Cho. The lovely Samantha's with me this week. Um, so, if you all saw my socials today, um, apparently there's a Michael Myers in Washington County. He walks around Washington County. I found this out after the fact, Sam, that the guy does walk around Washington County dressed as Michael Myers.
I'm glad you said that because earlier today I saw your video and I'm laughing. Okay, like I'll get into how my sick, twisted ass thinks, but then all of a sudden some group popped up and they were like, "Hey guys, I'm in Washington," and I looked at it and I was like, "Is this the same Michael Myers that Paul saw earlier today?"
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then what's funny is like, so I I put up the video, and then my niece Riley tagged me in the post from the group,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Holy shit, it's that guy!" And I was like, "Oh damn!" So okay, hold on, wait. Here, so when on initial look, I thought this guy worked at Giant Eagle because if you look in that video to his left, there is a broom and a dustpan. So I was
Mhm.
just putting two and two together. Like, hey, he's in costume. It's Halloween. Like, it's Halloween month. I get it. And then, like, so this is where my story turns like dramatic. So next to that, so it's in Washington County. So next to that, on the left of the Giant Eagle, is the Banfield Pet Hospital, what we service, and then next to that is an AT&T. So I hear this old man bitching and moaning, and I think he's fighting with the AT&T store. No, he's not. He's fucking calling the fucking police because of Michael Myers at fucking Giant Eagle. So you can hear him. I hear him, so I like turn my truck on and put the window down so I can hear what he's saying.
Mhm.
And he's like, "No, you don't understand. This is fucking horse shit. This is bullshit. I don't care if it's Halloween or not." Now, mind you, at the same time, I feel like he's talking to the AT&T employee.
Mhm.
And the AT&T employee is like, "Well, okay, go carry on. Like, this is above our pay grade, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck your problem is." And he's like, "All right, well, take care." Like he's trying to get him out of the store, like whatever. And then I catch him in my mirror, like I look and I'm like, "Oh my God." No, he is on the phone with police officers. Like, and you can hear him like, "It's not funny." I'm sorry. If I'm 911 dispatch, I'm gonna kind of laugh at it a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, "It's not funny. I don't see why the fuck it's so goddamn funny. He's dressed up like Michael Myers. There is a butcher knife in his fucking right hand." I'm just sitting in my truck like, "Oh my God, like you are taking it way too far."
Way too serious. Yeah.
And then I'm like, "All right." So there's three nurses outside vaping from Banfield. And the one goes, "Wait, did he just say there's a Michael Myers over here?" So I peek out the truck and I was like, "Yeah, he's right there. Like he's right there." And the one girl was like, "Oh, fuck that. No, I ain't happening." Mm-mm. She was like, I just won't have no nicotine the rest of the day. She's like, "We're out of here. We're going back in." The one girl's like, "It's so fucking creepy." And what he would do is in my like Snapchat, he would face a certain way for a little bit and then turn and then go back.
See now explain to me, okay? I want you to explain to the therapist why I find that so fucking hot. Like if he I'd be out next to him and be like, "What's up?" Like
Yeah, but then he's not going to say nothing to you.
I don't care. Like
There just might be
I
like
would
a head tilt,
I would be like, "Let's walk around the corner. We'll have a quickie back here. We'll be all good." Like
right? Leave the knife. Don't make it weird,
right?
right? And by the way, hurry the fuck up because I think that old man called the cops.
We got like what, in 30 seconds?
Right? It could happen. I I pull off and I'm coming down the hill right towards the red light, and I see two squad cars go past me. I was like, dude, this is not. Do you know there's actual crime being committed somewhere? Like,
Right?
I was like, you got to be fucking shitting me. Because, okay, one, what if the guy does work there? Two, he got permission to dress up like him.
Right?
Three, okay, I mean, looking at it, I don't know if it was a prop knife or a real one. That's like it was very sketchy.
Hmm.
Again, he's harmless.
Right?
Now, now my thing is, if I pulled up to that Banfield Pet Hospital and I saw him, and then all of a sudden, in a fucking blink of an eye, he starts just running down people and stabbing them, then you call the police. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But I'm like, the guy literally is still not moving, not nothing, not saying nothing, not even harassing anybody.
Hmm.
So I was just like, oh, that's very strange. Like just the whole thing. And then when I get home and Riley tags me in it and was like, hey, and then I saw he walks around Washington County as Michael Myers. I was like, bravo.
Did you
Bravo.
look at the guy who posted it? Did you check out his actual Facebook profile?
Yes.
Yeah, like he's Deadpool. He dresses as other characters. Like,
Yeah. And then what's funny is in that post, he literally says, and I had the police called on me a couple times.
hmm.
Like, so dude is he's probably like the cops are like, oh, hey Hector, hey
You,
Greg, what you
Antonio, we
doing?
got it.
Like, oh, hey Antonio. I see you're doing your usual October stroll. Sorry, old people get a little
Right?
crazy. And I'm like, so if this is a bit, it's clearly a bit.
Hmm.
So I think the old man's just got his little feathers in a ruffle.
Oh, big time.
And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're not allowed to have no fun. But it's fine. I was like, just you had to be one of those people.
Hmm.
You had to be one of those fucking people just to piss off people. Now, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. The nurses at Banfield, that was fucking hysterical because I just thought to myself, I would love to go to a haunted house with them bitches because they'd be screaming
Hmm.
at fucking everything. But just the guy calling the police.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's just a bit much. I don't know. It's whatever. But to me, I just thought it was funny when I pulled up and I was like, is that fucking Michael Myers?
Hmm.
Like I did. I just pulled up in the truck and I just sat my hat down and I was like, "Eh, yeah, that is. Yeah, that fucking is. And I was just like looking at him for a minute. And then I was like, oh no, this is too good. I got to pull out a phone. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
you're worth your 10 seconds for sure. For sure. Um, I also, now that it's spooky month, I will be in some form of horror or spooky shirt all month long. And yes, I'm going to try to get a hold of Tim for Halloween. So
Mm.
just bear with me. And now, because I'm wearing Terrifier, I have to have my lovely Terrifier Funko Pops with me.
I cannot watch Terrifier, but I love Art the Clown. Like, I
He's
can't
just
watch it because of the gruesomeness, but
he's just great. He's just wonderful. And what's funny is, so the 1st of October, I was dad first, and I was putting on Freeform, and I was trying to like show Xander, be like, hey, like this is on, and I now for real have a teenager where it's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, fuck.
Mhm.
All right, I'll just sit here and I'll read and watch Casper to myself, and it's fine, whatever. And I'm over here like, all right, cool. So I was like, I'm gonna turn it up a fucking notch, and I'm gonna start off spooky month
Mhm.
with Terrifier. So I'm watching it, and I think Xander was like intrigued by like the music, the sounds, and stuff like that. So, for those that know the Terrifier series, especially the first one, Xander's trying to come in when the girl's upside down and her boobs are out, and like she has the bottom part. This is where he like hacksaws her from like the from for real from probably her pussy lips all the way down, like he does. They don't show it, Avi, but you
Mhm.
know he rips the fucking underwear off and then he goes to town. Okay, so this part's coming. I know it's coming. Here comes my son. Boop 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 boop, and all of a sudden I was like, nope, like
Yep.
ain't fucking happening. Now, mind you, I paused it perfectly because there was no tits, no nothing, and I was like, I felt like I was watching a porn with my son around. Like I felt like when you were kids and like you were like watching an adult video and you had to like pause it or something, or you
Mhm.
had to hide from your parents. I'm doing this with my child. And then he comes in and he's like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "Terrifier." And he was like, "Oh, press play." And I was like, "Not happening." Like, not happening. And then I was thinking to myself, and I was like, man, he might be really adamant about this. Like, well, hey, let me see. And I was like, fuck. So I was like, okay. So I went out of it because it was at that part. Then
Mhm.
I went to the second one real quick and took him to like the clown cafe part right before he like lit everybody on fire with a flame fucking thrower. But it stemmed Xander enough to go like, oh, that's cool. Gone.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I think we got it out of our systems. So that was crazy because I think Xander's starting to like pull a little bit of his. This is where I say he's my kid because like now he's starting to get into like the horror stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Like again, I said with 100 Acre Man, he's a little jumpy this year. Like he was
Mhm.
into it. And now it's like when he's in spirit, he's like all about it, like overstimulation and you name it. Like there's a subway tunnel car this year at Spirit. Xander was doing figure eight routes in and
Oh
out of the
wow.
subway car, like to do like one animatronic, another one come in here, do it,
Mhm.
and he kept circling, and I was like, he's scared shitless, like he really was, but like his adrenaline's going at the same time.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh man, like dude, you're definitely my kid because
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, look at this and look at that. Except there was like this night owl that screeches real loud, and Xander was not having it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but then there's a scarecrow, and it sits very low,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, rockets like diagonally, like up towards you. I thought Xander was gonna shit his pants. Like
I know
he
I
was
would
like,
have shit my pants.
he was like, holy. I was waiting for him like, holy shit. But like he was fucking killing me. So now I like I don't like one if he wants to like dip his toes in this kind of stuff. I am definitely not fucking starting with Terrifier. Like
No.
no.
Mm-mm.
And then like I'm thinking about it and I'm like I don't want to start with like Halloween. And then I'm like I am trying so hard to be like what's going to work
Yeah.
because like again like I was like I don't know. I'm like killer clowns from outer space, that might be the way to go, you know, something subtle. And then like I can't just throw him in and be like here's the Grudge and Freddy. He'll just be
You
like
can't pull my dad.
yeah.
My dad did that as a kid. That's like I was so myself and my younger sister are complete opposites. Like if I watch any type of horror film, I'm gonna be on the couch with the blanket, like all up here. And the second the creepy noise comes on, I'm like, okay, tell me when it's over. While my younger sister's like, bring it. Like, and my dad is the same way as my younger sister. And when we were growing up, my dad used to watch these horror films like right there in the living room. And he would always say, I'm watching a scary movie. Okay. You come in. I'm not pausing it. I'm not turning it off. It is on. That is that. You have nightmares. It's on you.
Right.
And like I remember I walked in when my dad was watching the original was it Tim Curry's Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
and it was the part where he was coming up through the drain. And
Oh,
I
when the
just,
drain moves and he comes,
yes,
yeah.
yes. And I just remember like I was glued to it and I was so petrified. I was like, and like I remember running out of there, and for like a week or two straight,
You wouldn't
okay,
shower.
I would not shower. And my mother like kept yelling at my dad, like being like, "What?" And he was like, "I warned her. I told her what I was doing. Like I warned her." And then my younger sister would just watch her like glued, and she'd be like drool, like she loved it. And I'm just like, I don't know how you guys. Nope, I can't do it. Like I'll
Your
give you an
younger,
example. This morning, I turned on the TV, right, because I like to have background noise while I do work. So I was like, all right, I don't have to be at work till 4. I'm gonna go do some paperwork, catch up on all my office shit, whatever. Turn on the TV, and I'm watching, and I see this boat coming. I'm like, this is not Jaws. No, I'm used to Jaws. And then I see this like fish flapping in the boat, a fish boat. I'm like, still not Jaws. What the fuck? So then I see the boat going, and then all of a sudden, like without any warning, a fucking bloody hand pops up from the ocean. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I'm like literally turning off and then I find out that it's that Piranha movie. And I was like, yep, nope, can't, nope, not doing it.
your sister is so me. Like, there's an Instagram reel, and it's George McFly from Back to the Future when he's doing that like laugh or whatever. And it's like when I watch horror movies with my friends, and it's like Jason taking the body bag and slugging it against a fucking tree, and he's like, ha, ha, ha. I'm like, I looked at Brandy and I was like, that's so mean. That's so mean. Where I'm just like, I was like, oh my God. Then I'm like, am I a fucking psychopath? Like, and then it's just, I overanalyze every horror movie, like all the time, because like some of it just doesn't make sense to me. Like common
Mhm,
knowledge is like not thought through in horror movies.
mhm,
Like, hey, here's common sense. No, right out the fucking window. Like it's
mhm,
just gone. We watched over the weekend. We watched the latest Conjuring movie because the week before, like Kim was telling me, like it's good and like you don't have to watch the other ones. And
mhm,
Brandy's only watched The Conjuring. She hasn't watched like Annabelle or The Nun, like all of them. So I was like, look, if you don't have to watch them, we can just watch this fourth one. And she's like, all right, man. I mean, it's good. I liked
mhm.
it. It's a great finish to the Ed and Lorraine Warren story. But I literally said, if they had just broke that mirror, this movie would have been over like an hour
Mhm.
and 30 minutes ago. Like,
I watched. I think it was either The Nun or it was. I don't know if it was The Nun, but I definitely watched one of the Conjuring movies when it was out in the theaters. And I went and I watched it with my cousin, who is just like you. She's laughing. She's having a grand old time. And there was this part, and I remember I was like, okay, and the creepy music came up, and she was like, you have to watch this. Be brave, Sam. Be brave. And I was sitting there going, okay, I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. And then she like popped out of nowhere, right? I was the only motherfucker in that theater who screamed bloody murder.
I swear, like, I mean, in this latest installment of it, the last one, like Brandy loves it the fact I don't jump. Like I don't jump. I don't get scared, but I will go like, oh damn, that's rad. Or that's crazy. That's insane. And she'll be like, just look at me real quick. And I'm like, I'm sorry. My bad. Like, I'm sorry I'm psychotic. Why do you date me? Like, I don't know. But I mean, like, there is like we were fuck, what were we watching? Oh, I watched on my own.
Mhm.
Um Eric recommended Superman for the longest, and now it's finally on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So Brandy and I watched it. It is a good movie. He's absolutely right. Everything he said, you go back and listen to it because like it's everything he said is pretty legit. So I knew spooky season's upon me. So I watched the horror version of Superman, which is called Brightburn.
Mhm.
So I watched it, and there is a scene where a fluorescent light pops and breaks, and it like crashes down like at the lady. and a fucking piece of a fluorescent tube sticks in her eye. And I'm sitting here going, that's badass. I was like, I don't know. I was like, that's badass. And then like they show her like digging it out of her eye. And I was like,
Ew.
oh
No.
shit. I was like, I love it. I love it. But it's a take on if Superman was like evil. So I was like,
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. Like it was different. And then it's shit like that. I'm not sitting here like, I mean, maybe I am like your sister and cousin where I'm drooling over, man, that shit's fucking crazy. You see that shit right there? But it's just like, I think it's more like the limits they push. You
Mhm.
know, like Terrifier does some shit.
Mhm.
And then I think I watched Evil Dead. I think it's Evil Dead Rises. It was on HBO Max. And this chick is like eating glass and she's swallowing it. You can see
Oh
the
God,
shards
no.
sticking out of
Nope.
her throat.
No, 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 nope.
And I was like, that's the gnarliest shit I've ever seen in a fucking horror movie. Like, cool. But like, I don't jump. I don't. And then we were at 100 Acre Manor. I actually, for the first time in I think maybe like 20 years, I jumped because somebody got this close to my fucking face and
Mm.
I didn't see them. Usually I'm on alert, you know, because I'm watching out for the group, and especially
Mhm.
when we were there with Xander, so I'm like keeping my head on a swivel. And we came around this corner, and he was right here by my ear, and I was like, "Fuck," because I felt my body jump, and I just said to myself, "I was like, fuck."
Yeah.
And then I was like, I told Brandy was in front of me, he was like, "He got me. He fucking got me." Like, damn, I never get got, but he lucky. So hey, guy from the fucking 100 Acre Manor, you got me. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, motherfucker. But yeah, to Kim's point, if you're into the Conjuring movies, it was really good. Um, Brandy and I are about to probably watch. I think it's this weekend. There is a horror version of a Peter Pan movie. You haven't seen this? Yeah, they're fucking our
I
childhood
still
up.
laugh at it because it still looks like Mothman to me.
What does Peter Pan?
I don't. Is it no? I think I'm thinking of the Pinocchio one. That's the one.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
one
that
she
one looks
said.
like Mothman. I'm
Like
just going
Jiminy,
to
yeah,
consider it
Jiminy
Mothman, but
Cricket. I'm
no.
just like, yo, there's like a giant moth in my house. But yeah, there's like this. So we've we've saw like they're doing like horror movies off of like our childhood, like obviously with the Winnie
Mhm.
the Pooh series, and then where there was like a Piglet one we watched. There's a Popeye one out. There's like Screamboat, which has the guy who plays Terrifier, David Howard Thornton. He's in it, and I really want to see that because I'm a fan of his a lot. And so Brandy and I came across this Peter Pan one. And I was like, oh man, that looks fucking crazy. Because the story is like Wendy's married and has kids or whatever. And Peter is trying to like kill Wendy and her family. Like, it's wild. And I was like, yeah, all right. You got my attention. Like, I'm fully invested. I have to check it out.
Like, is he jealous that Wendy got older? Like, or
I don't
I shouldn't
know.
say jealous, but like angry?
I have no idea. When I like, it's just like intrigued me, and I was like, oh, okay. And there's like gruesome ass murders happening. I was like, word, okay, all right.
Okay.
So we got a copy of it. Yes, we watched the movie illegally. Don't judge. Shut the fuck up. You act like you haven't. And it was all in French subtitles,
Hmm.
and then it was dubbed in French. So I was like, oh no, like, is this like a French interpretation of this concept? And I was like, look, the story's badass, but I don't have time to stare and keep watching. Like, you know,
Hmm.
especially a horror movie, you have to be like, you have to have your attention to it.
Yeah.
So we just kind of disregarded it. When our Peacock has it. And when I saw, like, I let the trailer play and
Hmm.
I'm watching them. And then as soon as they started speaking English, I was like, bang. I was like, absolutely. Absolutely, we are in 1000%. So we're probably gonna watch that this weekend because we wanted to do The Conjuring to get that one done.
Hmm.
And then I was tightening up on movies because I went off Eric's recommendation. I watched Superman. It was great. I watched Fantastic Four with Xander. That was great. And then like we watched The Conjuring together. That was good. And then like we end up going to the pit game, and that was trash. I don't even know why we went because it is what it is. But when we went, I don't have the video because we're recording, and the way things are set up now, I have to be sent it on Facebook for it to
Hmm.
come on here. But I had the most animated Louisville Cardinals fan ever in my entire fucking existence in front of us. Now, mind you, people that know where our seats are, that's in section 104. Eric's section is literally 103, so he's at the top of the visitor section. Now, this is where it gets fucking hilarious. There is a whole sea of people from probably 3 rows from Eric down into the crowd and onto the field. Nothing but Louisville fans, like sprinkles of pit people here and there. There is this one Louisville guy in my entire section. One. And he is fucking, I don't know if he's drunk. I don't know if he did blow beforehand. I don't know what the fuck he did. But he was like pounding on the seats, fucking going nuts. And then he's like, they took a timeout. I was like, this is the most animated person I've ever seen at a game. And I kept telling Brandy, I was like, he's so aggressive. Like,
Hmm.
he was so aggressive. And I'm going, like, man, like, this is college. This is on a collegiate level. I was like,
Hmm.
so I can only imagine him out and about in life. Like, just smashing things like, yeah, yeah, my Amazon deliveries here. Woo! Yeah, get it.
See, like my dad used to be that way at some point, and then he like mellowed out. But like, I'm laughing because
Oh, he's
he's
there.
sitting there, right? And you know how my dad could be, right? So being a big Mets fan, I was very disappointed that they didn't make it the playoffs this year. You know, they are the highest paid baseball team in Major League,
Yeah.
and here we are. We can't even make it to the playoffs.
Hey, it
And
happens.
so I'm sitting here and I was like, having this conversation with my dad, and my dad's just like, we don't even have to talk about this. I was like, no, I think we should. Like, you're clearly upset. I'm upset. And my dad's like, why are you upset? I was like, because I think everybody put their fucking focus on Juan Soto and they forgot that we needed fucking pitchers. Like, all the money went on this, this infielder, and it was like, we didn't even need him. And I don't want to hear the whole stats. I don't want to hear, oh, do you see how many because you know what? How many people did he leave on base? How many fucking times did he walk when we needed a home run? Don't give me that shit, because if he was that good, we would have been in the playoffs.
Right.
And my dad's sitting there and he's like, oh, you want to get started? You want to get started? He's like, I've been a fucking fan for how long? I've seen them in 69. I saw them in 86. He was like, you were just a fucking diaper, Sam. You were in diapers the last time. And I was like, and? He's like, we deserve another ring. And I was like, I get it, Dad, but you're not going to get it if you don't get, pitchers. He goes on with this. And probably about like 5 minutes after I hang up the phone with him, he sends me a text. He goes, go read my Facebook post.
He wasn't done with you.
He
He wasn't done.
The post literally said, "Dear Mr. Steve Cohen and my daughter."
Yeah. Yeah. Old Pops was not done.
He was.
He
He's like,
straight up
I
pulled
showed
it.
up. I showed up. I was one of those millions of fans. You asked me to show up. I showed up.
He straight up got on his phone. He was like, Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. He was in his bag. He was like, motherfuckers, I swear to
I've
God.
never seen my dad that way before. Usually he's just like, oh, just wasn't our year. We'll get him next year.
Yeah. Old Pops was fed. He was like, you know what? Not today.
Right?
Not
I
today.
got my Facebook this year.
I was like, I got no. They tried to get me with the no head ladies. I'm gonna let these motherfuckers have it today. I love how it's addressed to Cohen and you.
I know.
It's like you just argued or discussed that shit with him on the phone. And then he hangs up and he was like, wait.
I have more
That's
to
like,
say.
yeah, that's like doing a letter and it's like, P.S. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Look, that's fucking great.
He
That's great.
like literally sent me like probably about 2 hours later. He's like, "Did you read it? Did you see it?" Yeah, I saw it.
He wanted that verification. He was like, did you? Did you?
Right?
Did you? What? Did you like it? Why didn't you like it? You should love it. You
I
should
should have
love it.
gotten a heart emoji. What the hell?
Yeah, right. Why didn't you comment? You know, comment with like one of them gifs, like the peanut butter or whatever. Like, oh my god. Yeah, so of course, like over the weekend, the Steelers were in Ireland playing the Vikings, and like the last 2 minutes of the actual Steelers game was wild because like they could have killed the clock, but they didn't. You know, I'm not going to get all into it,
Mhm.
but I digress. I should have never, ever, 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 ever went on Facebook with 2 minutes left to go in this game. I just shouldn't because it was either that or like your threads feed.
Mhm.
Oh my god. I was like, dude, there's 2 minutes left. Like, we have the ball. Like,
Mhm.
I get it's crazy right now, but dude, it was like, how the fuck sell the team? Like, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, yo, they should never go back to Ireland. I was like, dude, hey, hold up. Like, I was like, Jesus. I was like, I've never, like, I get that, you know, Steelers Nation is Steelers Nation because, like,
Mhm.
I've been to, like, I've been in Jacksonville and I know there's bars everywhere, but, like, the loyalty, like, is crazy. And like that shit when they're like, we bleed black and gold. No shit. Like
Mhm.
I see it. But like, yo, you're gonna win the game. Like you're
Mhm.
gonna win the game. But I get that people's like anxiety goes up because hey, it's football. Anything can fucking happen.
Yeah.
But like it was just reading some of the shit in the Facebook posts, and I was like, man, Yinzers are going yins. Like they're
Mhm.
just cutthroat, very to the point. Like, oh my God. And I'm like, I thought to myself, can you imagine if they would have lost?
Mhm.
Oh my God.
It
There would
would
have
have
been
been hell.
there would have been riots in the streets. Like they would have blew up Acrisure worse than Bane did. Like in fucking The Dark Knight Rises. Like I was like, dude, it's a fucking football game. Like,
Mhm.
oh my God. And I will say, it's awfully quiet at PNC Park and I love it. It's great. It's
Well,
wonderful.
I'm not, this is where I'm so confused, and I'm sure you know more. Did hockey season start yet, or are we still in the preseason?
You are in preseason right now.
Okay. Because I was like down there last week, and I remember they said that Flurry was it Flurry? Yeah,
Yes.
Flurry was playing, and I was like, oh, okay. And like my client lives like on like right up the street from PNC, so trying to get to her was hell. And I had to text her, be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm 15 minutes late, but I'm like stuck in PNC traffic right now.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I get it. She's so like I thought they were already playing, and then today, you know, we did an icebreaker at one of our staff meetings, and they were like, "What are you looking for?" And my coworker was like, "Oh, I can't wait till the Penguins start." I was like, "Wait, did they not? Like, what was that then? What was I in?"
So you were in PPG traffic for uh, preseason. They retired Fleury's number. He only played one period.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, people thought he was playing the whole game. He was only playing, like, I think Eric said a period or only briefly, but they weren't telling us when.
Hmm.
Like, it was just going to happen. And that's probably what you hit
Yeah.
because that day was nuts. But you're in preseason. I think the home opener is the end of October against they start the home openers against the Islanders.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's the end of the month. But yeah, I was talking to Eric about that during when we were walking to the pit game, and that's when he was like, "Yeah, they're putting him in. They're not telling us when." And I was
Hmm.
like, "Well, yeah, that keeps fans
And
entertained."
yeah,
And then like you don't want to put him in the first period for a couple plays, and then like 10 minutes left in the first period, he's out, and then all of a sudden everybody from the arena is gone.
right.
Like I get it, but hopefully for their sake, it would be nice if they kept him on as like a goaltending coach or something like that.
Hmm.
Because the Pens need a goaltender extremely fucking bad. But I'm not getting into Pittsburgh sports because here we
Nope.
fucking do. I was like, plus I don't have the guy that's gonna back them up or be more sports related than I am, so I'm not even going to interject with that. But
Mm-mm.
hi,
What are you talking about?
I talk about a lot of things on this show. All right.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a Xander. Xander has to come in, do his 2 cents. We watching anything good?
Yes, I'm watching anything good.
What are you watching good?
Correct, the Scooby Doo and Sesame Street.
Scooby Doo and some Sesame Street. Nice. Getting in the Halloween spirit with some Scooby Doo. My guy. I love it.
See, I was gonna say a lot of things like what was it? Not School of Rock, School Rock Learning, I think it was. Was that what it was like when we were a kid? It had the little
Like this is a bill.
yeah. You
Yeah.
remember that?
I
That's on
think
Disney Plus.
Schoolhouse Rock.
That's it.
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock. Yes.
Yeah. That's on Disney Plus.
It is. I was watching all the episodes and I even hate, like, okay, I'm a little embarrassed to say this. Okay. I learned a new way of multiplying by 3 by rewatching that.
I watched Schoolhouse Rock.
Yes.
That's hard. That's
They did like
fucking hard.
the first season was all like multiplications, right? And they did multiplying from 1 all the way until 12.
Okay.
And so it was like this fun little way. And I was like, I never thought of it that way. That's a good way of remembering it. So now I got my 9s and my 5s and my 3s. Like, but it was,
All
but it was
thanks
also,
to you, Schoolhouse Rock. Thank you.
all right. So then they start going into other things of like math, and they were talking about like they went into math, and then they talked about like nouns and pronouns and adjectives and adverbs and when to, and I was sitting there going, why the fuck did they take this off the air? Because
Yeah.
each episode was literally like what 2 minutes long, maybe 5, something like that. Okay, it was short, it was condensed, but they did it in such a way that it was so easy to remember.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we would not be having this issue if, come on now.
I mean, and the episodes were always short. So, I mean, nobody has that attention span like we did as kids. So this would be
Right?
perfect. Yeah. Believe me. Oh my God. That's awesome as fuck that is on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I was bored and I was flipping through and I was like, oh, I wonder what's on Disney Plus. And that popped up. And I was like, shut the front door. I was like, are you all the, like, literally, it was every episode, every season, you name it.
That's great. That show is incredible.
Right?
The one that sticks out is how a bill gets made. I was like,
Mhm.
that's like the most iconic episode.
Right?
Like, oh my God, I love that shit.
I
Man.
mean, speaking of icon too, going down childhood memory lane here, guess what they're bringing back?
I don't know. They're doing a lot.
Reading Rainbow.
I saw this.
Right?
I saw it and I was like, okay. I mean, cool. I like it. But then I saw the host isn't LeVar Burton, and I was like, oh, wait a minute now. Hold on. Hold on. How are you going to have fucking Reading Rainbow and you're going to have LeVar Burton?
All
Like,
right.
I'm sorry. I watched that documentary on Netflix about Reading Rainbow. I felt something in my soul. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? A butterfly in the sky. You
All
damn right.
right.
Like, I know I can fly twice as high, but I ain't going and watching it with my kids if I don't see LeVar Burton.
Uh-huh.
And then there was some other guy, and I was like, yo,
Yeah.
like, that ain't LeVar Burton. And then
Like,
I
if
was
we're gonna
like,
bring back the originals, bring back all the originals. Come on now.
yeah. And then I was like, oh. But then I'm thinking to myself, man, I mean, that's shit. But, you know, it's still kind of cool that they're bringing back Reading Rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, if you change that motherfucking song, I swear, we are gonna come in drones. You're gonna see Gen X and millennials like unify together, and all anarchy's gonna break loose. Man, but I mean, I saw that and I was like, is this bullshit? And then like I clicked on it and I was watching it and I was like, oh damn, this is legit. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, that's awesome. And then it got me thinking of like old WQED stuff and like PBS. And I was like, man, it'd be nice if they brought back like other shows too. But then there's like half these people wouldn't have a damn clue. There was like a show called Square One back in the
Mm-hmm.
day. And it was the best is it would teach you about math and all this stuff and reading and comprehension. And then at like the end of it, there was like a Law and Order episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you wouldn't know who did it until like Friday. And
Yep.
that was the best. Because
Mm-hmm.
you kept on to it. It was great. But the one I want the most is if they could remake Ghost Rider. I
That
would
would
go,
be,
I would
yeah.
fucking go ballistic because that was my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was all about it. I think there was like, if my memory serves me right, there was like the Mad Mouse or whatever episode. It was like a saga. It was almost like fucking when the Green Power Ranger showed up. The shit went on for days, like a Days of Our Lives fucking episode, like a whole
Mm-hmm.
thing. And this is like pre-internet. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to track this person down. I was like, yo, this is so. Now looking back on it as an adult, I was like, this is so pre, but internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, they were way ahead of their fucking time. But
Right?
I wish they would do that shit. Like, hey, you know, it'd be a great idea. What's that, Phil? We should bring back Ghost Rider. Sign that motherfucker up, get him a raise. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would be fucking down. Or if they modernize Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
That would be, yeah,
That
that would
would
be
be
sick.
great. Because that was my shit too. And you have to have the doo-wop group still singing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, I ain't watching it. It's just like LeVar Burton. Like,
Right?
if I don't have it, I don't want it. I don't got time for your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, um, like some of the shit that I watch now, like with him, there are shows that like when I'm picking him up, there are shows that his sister watches that kind of encapsulated my attention. Like, so she watches like Lucas the Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched an episode of this?
No, but I've heard of
Yeah,
it.
it's actually not fucking bad. It's kind of cool. But to me,
Lucas the Spider.
Lucas the Spider. To me, that show would end because I'd kill that spider.
Okay.
Because like you see, like so it's like they're like CGI or whatever or animated, but they're in like a real house and
Mm-hmm.
like so an episode was called like The House Breathes, and
Yeah.
basically like there's a popcorn, like a pop piece of popcorn on the like radiator, and when the air blows, the popcorn's going up. So
Yeah.
Lucas is like, oh, the house is breathing, but you see him crawl over to the return. I was like, squish, show over. I was like,
We're
sorry.
done.
Yeah, like, sorry, children. I apologize. You know what I mean? But she'll watch, and like Xander's been kind of hooked on it. Like, there's a new Muppet Babies.
Hmm.
It's cool. It's not like the OG shit when we were kids, but like that's all right. I mean, you can't go wrong with Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse. Like, I mean,
No,
no,
love that.
I can't. I'll literally sometimes just be like, "Oh, toodles" for no fucking reason.
Uh-huh.
It's just what I do. Um, you like talking about like revamping and bringing back. I've never had a problem with Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood either. Like that's always been cool.
I always thought that was cute.
Yeah,
I did.
like especially from, I mean, after Mr. Rogers passed away, like that's a
Hmm.
great like send off to continue the story.
Oh.
That's fine. You know what I mean? And like Sesame Street, it's fucking Sesame Street. It's always gonna be there. There's no way to change it.
Hmm.
It's just there. But I love how they're inclusive. They bring in new characters. Like they have Julia, the child with autism, like the
Hmm.
Muppet. Very diverse. They always bring in something new. That's great. But then like I forget. Um oh, speaking of like new shit and whatnot, Brandy finally got her first ad for the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh my God.
And I was like, it fucking took you long enough. I was like, maybe you're just not searching for it as much as fucking.
Right?
And she was like, were you searching for it? I was like, no, honey, I
No.
wasn't. It was just shoved down my fucking throat so bad.
That song Golden was stuck in my head all day yesterday. And I went to session and I had a late session yesterday. So it's about 8 o'clock when I started session at night. Right. And so I'm playing a card game with my client, trying to keep it nice and easy. And I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I start singing and she goes, "Oh my God, why are you singing Golden?" And I was like, "It's stuck in my head." She's like, "No, now." And then all of a sudden she reaches for her iPad, right? She starts playing the soundtrack to King.
She was like, that's not how it goes. Well, let me tell you how this goes.
And she sat there like she's playing like Takedown. She's like, "This is a better song." She's like, "Even Soda Pop is a better song." And I was like, "Oh God."
I'd have been like, I didn't need to go down a rabbit hole, but thanks.
Right?
I really appreciate it. But it was just stuck in my head. You got me out. I'm
Mhm.
good. I appreciate it. So I have something similar to that. So when Kim was on the show, she told me about the iOS update. So I updated my phone, and she was
Oh, it's
telling me.
about time. I hate the I new iOS, but go ahead.
So I updated it, and she was telling me about like the songs remixing, like
Mhm.
like a DJ. I think it's cool. Brandy thinks it's all right. My son hates it.
Yeah.
Oh God, does he hate it? We tried it on him, and we're like, I'm watching him. I'm driving. I'm watching him in the rearview mirror. She's like trying to peek over her shoulder. Brandy is
Mhm.
driving, and you can hear it blending in another song. And Xander's just like, no, no, no.
Yep.
He's like, I was like, dude. I was like, then he's thinking like we're doing it.
Mhm.
And Brandy's like reassuring him, like, no, bud, it's not us. It's like that's the new update. And I'm like, I found out like, yes, you can turn it off. But the other day it blended one of the songs he was listening to into another song that he likes on the
Mm-mm.
playlist. He loved it.
Really?
I said, how was that? He was like, oh, that's awesome. I was like, oh, so if it blends into another song you like, not like,
It's okay.
you know, not one you don't want to listen to right now.
Mhm.
Like, And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh, okay. You're gonna be horrible at a nightclub. Like, you're gonna be
Right?
horrible. They're gonna blend in something like, no, that's not what the fuck. That's not how that goes. Run that shit
I
back.
could see him storming up to the DJ too.
Right? Hey, excuse me. Sorry.
Just leave. Let me take over.
Yeah, bro, get off. Like, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Right.
Let me show you. Yes, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're talking about you and the music on the iPhone.
No, just the iPad.
Yeah, well, if you mix the music, it's still going to do the same thing, and you don't like it, right?
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You just don't like it. It's okay.
Yes.
Continue. I love you.
Yes, continue.
Xander Phoenix Chopek, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't even get an I love you. It's just continue.
Yeah, continue. I was like, damn, okay, fine, whatever.
I was like, real quick, I went to session today and the my client, right, I was knocking on the door and I could hear the mom taking care of the baby. She's got like a 6-month-old. And my client, I hear him go, Mom, Siam's here. She's like, well then let her in. And so like I'm waiting, right? And he's like, it's open. It's open. And the door is not open. The door is locked, right? So I like knock again and I say through the door, I was like, it's locked, bud. Like I can't get in. So I hear him go, oh my God. Goes over, unlocks the door, opens it, right? The door swings open. And I was like, oh, hey. I was like, thank you so much. He goes, yeah, whatever.
I could relate. I could relate so bad. I don't know if it's like maybe it's senior year,
Right?
senioritis, or whatever the fuck is going on right now. But I'm getting the tail end of teenager. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. To the point where it's like everybody has caught strays from Xander. Everybody. He's very like, gets an attitude, whatever. But if I interject, he'll back off. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, no, like my dad is like the last line. I'm not gonna fuck over my dad.
Right.
And he knows that I'm very forthcoming when he's has an attitude with his mother. Like as soon as he
Mm-hmm.
does, I'm like, yo, I'm shutting this shit the fuck down.
Yeah.
So now, now he's testing me.
Mm.
Yeah, and he'll like, or he's like, and I'm like, dude, I instantly think of like what our parents used to say back in the day. I'll give you something to fucking sigh about. Like,
Right.
like I'll tell you right fuck now. I'll shut all this shit the fuck down. Like,
Right.
like you don't know me, man. I was like, I gave it to you easy. I'll shut this whole motherfucker down. You won't see nothing. You won't see.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see one electronic. You'll be sitting there writing on pad and paper trying to fucking no, I ain't happening. But like he will, he he knows how to push it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then he knows. I think it's just come to fruition to Xander that like his mom and I are on a very
Mm-hmm.
united co-parenting front and has finally, and maybe it's finally clicked with Xander. Like, oh, after a year and a half, like these motherfuckers. I can't manipulate one against the other. I can't get my way here and get my way there. Fucking mother. Like he's just
Right.
so like so he was taking his senior pictures this week and um his mom gave him a garment bag. Now it has the like the holder and then
Mm-hmm.
his coat, like his hanger. So he had it's getting me agitated just thinking about it. So he had the holder like at the top and his hanger is going down like into
Mm-hmm.
the garment bag. And I was like, Xander, you have to have that hook up. Like you have
Yeah.
to have the hanger hook up. And I said, here's an idea. Wrap it around and you can have them both. You'll hold them both. I don't want the hanger. Okay. Well, guess what? If you don't, then your blazer is going to be wrinkly and your dress shirt is
Mm-hmm.
going to be wrinkly. I don't want I don't want the blazer. And I'm like, okay, here's how it's gonna go. I said, you're gonna take that, you're gonna wrap it around there, and you're gonna take that whole thing. I was like, or else you're not gonna be able to have senior pictures done. Oh, Like, I had to talk very stern without losing my complete shit
Mm-hmm.
and just be like, okay, now to everybody out there, I I'm smart. I knew that shit wasn't gonna come home the same way it left.
Right.
Believe me, I knew that hanger was gonna be in the bottom of that.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. You know what I mean? But it's the sheer fact that like he he just doesn't wanna.
Mm-hmm.
But like if like it's when it's yeah, when it's both of us, more likely. If we put a little bit of bass in our voice or a little sternness,
Mm-hmm.
he comes right around.
Yeah.
But you know, I always watch them videos where it's like, nope, the pan's hot. The pan's hot. Grab it from the bottom. Grab it from the bottom. And the girl's not grabbing it from the bottom. She's like, grab it from the fucking bottom. And then the
Right.
kid grabs it on the bottom. I was like, why implementing one cuss word all of a sudden it's like it's authoritative. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I should probably grab it from the bottom, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me think when I was a kid, my mom would be like, yo, take this bag, but grab it from the bottom. And I would take the bag from the handle. She'd be like, grab the bag from the fucking bottom. And I'm like,
Uh-huh. And you're like, oh, okay.
shit, yeah, I guess I should grab it from the bottom. I never want to come to that part with Xander because like I don't want him to feel like I have to cuss at him for him to, you know, to do a
Mhm.
chore or a task. But then it gets me to the point where I'm like, if you just take out the fucking trash, like I said, like if you just fucking take out the trash, but in my mind I'm like, take the trash out. Throw the trash out. Like I just it gets me to that point. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm getting at now. But he's getting better, but it's just senioritis and the fact that he's a fucking teenager. Like it's just it. Like we didn't push our parents when we were 17, 18 years old. Like we've all been there.
Mhm.
Like all of us. So
I know. I have to remind my best friend of that because, like, she'll sit there and she'll be like, "I don't even remember." And I was like, "You know what? Stop with the bullshit lies." I was like, "We were all that age. We all did the same shit." I was like, "Just because you can't remember doesn't mean you didn't do it."
right. And then a lot of people were like, you did a lot worse when you were like 18. And I was like, man, yeah, you're right. Like,
Uh-huh.
you're right.
Yep.
Like, yeah. I was like, yeah, you know, I get it. I so if I don't like want to, if he doesn't want to take out the trash, I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? It's fine. But I mean, I don't tell him that, but I mean, like, just have some patience. Like, and I'm thinking, like, we've came this far. I think
Mhm.
it'll be fine. I mean, he could be doing a lot worse, and from what I've seen online, he could be doing a hell of a lot worse.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because these kids are fucking gone. I don't.
Mhm.
So
Well, that's
I take it in stride.
I laughed because I don't know if you saw, but last week I went and I saw Adam Sandler,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
he incorporated a lot of his like personal life into his skits. And a lot of it, you know, I mean, yeah, it's Adam Sandler, right? What you see on his little G-rated, you know, Happy Madison movies is not what he does live.
Oh yeah.
So like, you know, he's talking about excuse me. He's sitting there talking about how his wife gives him a blowjob and how that is, or how like he now has a 19-year-old and a soon-to-be 17-year-old, and how they're talking to he walked in on a conversation because he knows that his two daughters are very close to their mother, and how they're having conversations, especially the 19-year-old who is like she's in a relationship and she's now talking about dick sizes, and her response to her mom was like, well, how did you know that dad's dick size was perfect for you?
I couldn't imagine walking into that shit. I'd be like, I'd be Homer in the hedges. I would just be like,
Right?
all right.
Well, he started laughing because he was like, I didn't know how to approach that at first, but then I looked at them and said, well, if your mother didn't appreciate my dick size, you wouldn't be here.
That's a good, valid fucking point. Like, hey, she ain't like it, you wouldn't be here.
Right?
That's pretty fucking valid. That's
Like, he
great.
went on like all these jokes, like a lot of it. Like one of them, he was like, so one night my wife got really extra frisky and she told me that she wanted to foreplay. He's like, let me tell you. He was like, I suck at foreplay. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. He's like, all I know is that he's like, I have to go and try to get her turned on enough to see me naked.
That's great.
So he's talking about how he's attempting to finger her, right? He's like
Yeah.
foreplaying. He's like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do that? It's like I had no idea what I was doing. And he's like, so I'm getting into it. I'm thinking I'm doing a good job, and I hear her moaning, and I'm like, that's it. I found the spot. I'm getting into the routine. He goes, so I finally look up, and she's moaning because she's eating a Kit Kat.
Oh my God. That's fucking great.
Yeah,
Oh.
like he had a lot of surprise guests come in, so like we actually weren't allowed to use our cameras to film or to take pictures because he was actually filming. He's filming all of his shows. And
Yeah.
he did say that there was going to be a time where he would let us know this is the only time you could take out your phones. This is the only time you could record. And it was during his tribute to Chris Farley. That
Yeah.
was the only time that he was just like, you can record, you could take pictures, but then you have to put it away. So, of course you got your pictures and things like that, but he definitely had a couple of others, like Rob Schneider opened. So he had his jokes. He was definitely like, Rob Schneider was more of like the host. He got everybody going
Yeah.
before Adam came on. And then Tim Meadows came on. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. Tim Meadows had me in stitches. Like I could not stop. I was like crying. Like I'm sitting there and he goes, he walks out and he looks around. He goes, hey, Pittsburgh. He goes, I love it here. You guys are great. He goes, my only one complaint, and it's not even to you guys. He's like, it's to Adam Sandler. He's like, Adam, you need to start watching a little bit more BET. We got too many white people out in this crowd.
I mean, that's very spot on, Tim Meadows.
So then he starts going in and he goes, anybody out here? I don't know. He says, oh, summertime in Pittsburgh. He goes, I see all you ladies out there. He's like, you're all in your bikinis, tanning it up. He goes, yeah, because there's nothing better than being a black person in today's society.
Dude, oh my God.
He's like, oh, you white chicks, you want to be blacker than me? And I don't understand. He goes, oh, I get it now. It's because you get to twerk. I get it. Totally get it.
I mean, if they can twerk.
Right? But then my favorite was he goes, you know how I like to relieve anxiety? I like weed. I like to smoke some weed. He goes, anybody out there who likes to smoke weed? And of course the crowd, they're all into it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, it's great. Weed will sit there and reduce your anxiety. It'll help you feel relaxed. He goes, the only downfall to it is it will fuck with your memory. You can't remember shit. And he's like, yeah, like, did I tell you how I like weed? How I like to smoke weed? Anybody out there likes weed?
Dude, oh my God. I love him, dude. He's so funny.
He was so good. I was like he was the best opener out of the ones they had Adam had. Like they were all good, but I think Tim was the one who really engaged and got everybody like up and going. And
yeah.
And then he had Nick Swanson. I think it's Swanson. He played on
Swanson?
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, hey, he's like, anybody out here with diabetes? A couple of us, chaired or whatever. He goes, for those of you who said you don't, oh, trust me, you will. It's America. We're all going to be there.
That's spot the fuck on. That's spot the fuck on.
And then this is where I was like, again, spot on. He goes, it sucks having he's like, I was just recently diagnosed with type 2. He's like, I'm on the insulin. I'm doing what I can. He's like, but like, you got to give up sweets, dude. He's like, you got to give up a whole lot. He's like, you got to really watch and count your carbs. And he's like, that just really sucks. You know, they tell me that sweets are going to kill me. And he's like, you want to make a bet? The only way I'm going to die with my diabetes, and if I choose to do so, okay, I'm going to take my life out of Cinnabon. I'm just going to eat the amount of Cinnabons in my life and just die from a sweet overdose.
I mean, in retrospect, that's kind of a good way to go.
Right?
I mean, if you're just fucking gnawing down Cinnabons and all of a sudden you're like, I think I felt my heart stop. I mean, there's no really better way to go.
Right?
I
He
mean,
called us Cinnabon heaven.
I mean, dude, there's so much sugar in one Cinnabon, bro.
Right?
Oh my god. I'm fucking my fucking glucose is spiking right now. There's so much. Oh god. No. Thank you. But that's awesome. Like I saw you went and I was like, well, I guess we'll talk about it. I was like at some point, but I was like, I didn't know because he has a stand-up on Netflix, so I didn't know if it was the same, like kind of.
I
But if he
don't
has,
think
I don't think so.
No, because a couple people that I talked to who were in the audience with me had actually seen him years ago. So it's probably not that one. I know
Right.
that Rob Schneider had, because he made a joke about something in the beginning. He said something. He was leaning down the road of politics, and then Rob like stopped himself. He goes, "Oh wait, I can't do that." He's like, "Adam told me I couldn't talk about it tonight."
Yeah.
And I think like I think Adam had made it like in the contract that basically said tonight is because when Adam came out and he was talking, he said, "We're not gonna." You know, he's like, tonight we're coming together. He's like, tonight we're all one big family. We're coming together. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. Like this show lasted almost 3 hours.
That's
So, yeah. And he was just like, there absolutely was no jokes about politics. There was no talk about politics, like none of that. He included inclusivity. Like he asked for somebody from the audience who had autism or ADHD. He wanted to see gay or lesbian couples. He wanted to see biracial couples. And he even made a joke. Like at one point, he has a song called the Nipple Song. And he talks about like the nipples. And at one point, at the very end of the song, he goes, "Now is anybody brave enough to show me yours?" And at that point, he makes it clear, I do not need to see any women's. It's strictly men. And you would see how many men lift their shirts up to show
That's
nipples.
awesome. That's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking.
And I think that's what I liked about it, because I understand comedians, you know, sometimes they'll push their boundaries. They'll see how far they can go. Like he really made it strictly like, I can't say it was family fun, you know, family friendly because of the content that he did talk about, like a lot of sexual content, but he did make it so that you could come together and not like be arguing or fighting or lose interest in, you know, the show itself.
Over dumb shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically Adam Sandler like cutting loose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's I like that.
The biggest one that I remember was The Wedding Singer. Yeah, sure you've seen The Wedding Singer. You know how he was just like, when he broke up and he started singing that song? He played that at the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
He incorporated a lot. He made up a lot of his songs. He played the guitar a lot. Like he definitely But yeah, there was definitely the Wedding Singer, and then there was another song that he sang that he did. Like it wasn't the turkey song, but it was very familiarized. It was something that, and he tweaked it a little bit, but you know, you would have, if you heard it, you would have been like, "Oh shit, that's been on the radio!" Like,
was it the Hanukkah song?
maybe.
Because I think he's revamped that, but I can't remember. I don't know if he did it on that last stand-up, but I don't know. Dude, some of the songs he comes up with on them shows is fucking great. So.
He had one other than the nipple song. He had a song called "My Socks Are Too Tight." He's like getting up in the morning, getting dressed, and he's like rapping to it, right? And he's talking about how he's getting his basketball shorts on, he's getting like his t-shirt and his hoodie, and he's like, but by the end of the day, my socks are too tight.
That's great. And this is probably going to be on like Netflix, right?
Oh yeah, probably, because there was a disclaimer when we got there. There was a disclaimer like right there on the board that said, no photography, no filmography. This is a recorded show, and it will be used for future purposes. And they said that we do not need your consent to have you in here, but if you do not want to be seen on television, you need to remove yourself from the venue.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be like, no, I'm gonna fucking be on TV. I don't give a fuck.
Right? I mean, the amount of people who were there, like, they're not, you know what I mean? They're going to pan over some people, like what they did.
It's
like,
going to happen. Like,
right.
if you put on the Billy Gardell special that, excuse me, shot right here, that shot in Pittsburgh, like his first special, as soon as it starts and fucking it pans in, you can see Eric and Donna every time. Like, they're literally right there.
Yeah.
And, like, who wouldn't want to be on TV?
Right?
Like,
come on.
like, technically, we're on TV right now. Like,
yeah.
Come on. So who wouldn't want to be on a fucking Adam Sandler fucking stand-up? Oh no, not me. You know?
Right? But
like,
I thought it was interesting,
you spend
like,
the money
how
for those tickets, right? And then you see the disclaimer. And you're like, oh no, Carol, we're not here. We're leaving. And then all of a sudden you look at the fucking usher like, have a pleasant evening. Goodbye, sir.
I would be amazed because those tickets were not cheap to begin with.
I'm sure they weren't.
And like, I wasn't even in front row and mine were like mad expensive. So I definitely, if I had like front row and I paid twice as much as what I paid, fuck that. I'd be like, oh no, I'm going on camera, thanks.
I'd be like, yeah. And I'd be sitting there going like, hello.
I'm right.
I would definitely have like the beauty pageant wave, hello.
Like, can you see me?
That's right. And just you're with a dude, he's like, hey, you damn fucking right, you better flash them nippers.
Right? But I thought it was cute to see like how the fans were. Like, you know, I mean, he had a variety. He had the parents, newly engaged, newly married, like, you know, different varieties.
Yeah.
But then he wanted to see different people who like came. And somebody, do you ever watch Grown Ups?
Yeah.
Okay, so the part after they released or they spread the ashes and they came back and Kevin James is wearing the KFC bucket. Somebody brought that in, so they were wearing that in the crowd.
That's great.
There was a woman who, she dressed up really well too. At first, I forgot all about it. Sloppy Joe Woman. He sang that song, Lunch Lady.
Yeah.
Yep. She dressed up as Lunch Lady. Yep. And then somebody dressed up as the wedding singer.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. That's awesome. Yeah, that seemed like that would be a good show. Now
I mean, if he ever comes back, I highly recommend it. Like, if you ever get the chance to see him live, yeah, do it.
Yeah, I definitely will. For sure. That's a great way to end the fucking episode with a fucking Adam Sandler. That's great. So I was like, I'll be here next week. Kim and I will probably be discussing more horror shit. Obviously, I'll have a different setup. These might grow, so be ready. There's more coming. I'm just gonna start growing.
If you run into Michael Myers again, just, you know, pass off my number. Let him know I've got handcuffs ready for him.
All right, and I'll tell him, be like, leave the overalls on and leave the mask.
He's got to leave the whole jumpsuit on, like.
Right? Yeah, like I was like, if you don't understand what she's getting at, last Halloween special, just all right, run it back, take a listen, go from there. All right, but yeah, I swear, if I run into him again, I'm fucking like, I don't care. I'll feel bad if like I'm interrupting a session, but if you see I video call you, you know I got him.
I'll be like, my man.
And you're gonna be like, oh shit, I have to take. He doesn't do this, okay? Like, all right, I know what he got on the other end of this line.
Right?
All right, like I'll be right back. I promise. Show me him.
Let me like close the door. What do you got?
Yeah, I'd be like, show me him. Show me him. That's fucking great. Oh my god. Ugh. All right, well, I'll be back next week, of course, and then of course we'll see Sam in 2 weeks. And until then, y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.